What's up, everybody? It's Monday for me. Got my coffee. Doing DIMASH to start the week. So I've gotten a bunch of requests for Olympico. I actually put up a poll, and this was by far the song that people wanted me to review next. So we're doing it next. So this is from Igor's channel, and I have put up a filter over the video as people have suggested. So hopefully, although you won't be able to see the video as, clearly as maybe you would like, hopefully this doesn't get taken down. So with that being said, first things first, I'm not a professional musician. I'm not an expert. I'm not a vocal coach. There are lots of those people who are doing these kinds of reviews. So if that's what you're looking for, you are certainly welcome to go check those out. This is just a guy who enjoys music, reviewing music. Also, don't be a dick. I say this every time. It's not because it's been a real problem, just because I want to make sure that the atmosphere I'm creating is positive and inclusive, right? I want people to feel comfortable hanging out, throwing in comments, telling me what they're interested in. So if you're going to be a shithead, fuck off. That is that's my stance. Now, with those two things out of the way, let's get right into this. This is DIMASH and Igor Krutoy with Olympico. wondered if he was going to go up for that last one. And he did. I'm impressed. I've been impressed by him previously. But yeah, I was listening to that thinking, all right, he's already pretty high on the register. It'll be interesting to see if this steps it up again or not. And he did. And hit it perfectly with volume and power behind it. I've probably said it in every video, and I probably will continue to say it. Sue me. His ability to get power behind his voice all the way up the register is super impressive. And yes, I mean, he's a prodigy, right? He has absolute pitch. He has possibly some natural vocal cord things that allow him to do stuff. These things, I mean, yes, all of these things are true, but also the training required to maximize those talents and those gifts. A lot of people train really hard and they still can't project like that. So that's very impressive, right? Because that's what you worry about. You worry about when you're climbing, you worry about it getting thin. And he does a really good job of getting his diaphragm right behind the note. I was thinking, I bet that like musical theater, Broadway types of places, not necessarily Broadway, but anybody that's putting on opera or musical theater, I bet they would just kill to be able to put him in a show. Not just for the audience that he would naturally bring, because like he's going to bring a crowd, but just for his there's not a piece you could put in there that's too hard for him to do. You could do whatever fucking musical you wanted. You could do the hardest shit that you can find, right? The stuff that doesn't get performed very often because there aren't a lot of vocalists who can match it. And you could do those. You could, even if you wanted to, you could have him play a male role and a female role because he could sing them both with no issues and no flaws. Every time I've commented on a video and every time I've watched one, it really does stand out to me that if you didn't know that there was one person singing, you would believe there were two, possibly three, depending on the song, right? He doesn't always spend a lot of time in the middle register in that tenor baritone area. But like in this one, he climbed through all the registers, bass, baritone, and then up into, soprano. There were a couple moments. There was one a couple minutes in when he is in that. There's a middle. I understand he doesn't do falsetto. He has the ability to just hit those notes without switching into falsetto. But there's a portion of your natural register where you are right in between natural and falsetto, right? Your body voice and your head voice. And that tends to be a real shaky prospect for most people. If you're trying to sing a song that transitions between the two or that climbs through the two, right? So the notes, you don't jump. You just kind of walk the notes up. That is tricky. And he just is able to do it. It is extremely impressive. Now, I will say I am a supporter of the Ukraine war defense effort. I don't know much about Igor or Igor. I don't, he's Russian, and he's a billionaire. So my thoughts are that he is probably not somebody that I would get along with on both counts. But he's a very gifted composer, and he has a very gifted muse for whom to compose. So I'll just hope he's on the right side of history, and that he puts those billions to good use for people who need it. That's going to do it for this one. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, send me large cash sums. I prefer 10s and 20s, but, 1s and 5s I can work with. And be nice to each other. Drink lots of water. And have a good day, everybody.